All right, welcome to YxYA Radio. I'm Dan Watson, and once again, Johan Shaw. How you doing, bro?
Hello.
Good. And Benito Onyemba.
Yeah, say the full name. I'm good.
Hey. Did I say it right?
Yeah, you said it right, bro.
That's a
Apart
good
from
name.
the bar, but we're good.
You're wearing the leather jacket today, mate.
Leather, man. I'm feeling a bit chilly today, you know?
Look like one of those Hillsong pastors.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Dan, I'm just trying to be like you,
No,
man.
you know, once I was speaking, and anyway, I won't call it. Don't worry about it. Anyway, joining us today on the show is none other than Naomi Scott.
Yes.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hi.
Are you still Naomi Scott, or you go by your married name?
I'm still Naomi Scott.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we not talk? We don't
Well,
talk about that.
I know it's like this like I'm like J. Cole, like you don't know I'm married. No.
J. Cole's married, what?
Exactly.
For real?
Exactly.
Didn't know.
I didn't know that.
I go as Naomi Scott in
Okay.
terms of work, but
Yeah.
I do have a married name,
But you got.
which is Spence.
So,
Big
what's your
up
passport?
Spence's.
What's your passport saying?
Spence? Naomi
Spence.
Spence. Naomi Grace Spence. And it's kind of cool because it's not like that.
Naomi
different
Grace
to my-
Spence, born on the 6th of May.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Off
amazing.
the head. Off the
Wow.
dome.
I did
How
that.
did you know that off the top of your head?
Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. You got
The way he
good
didn't even
picture.
try to hide it from me as well.
You're quite young.
It's
You're
just-
quite
honest.
young to be married, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
When
I am.
did you get married?
Got married 4 years ago in June.
Wow.
Yeah,
She was 20. Yeah, 20.
I was 21. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Wow.
super young.
I got.
You
I
paused
know.
before you answered me.
I got
but
married
that's-
at 21.
That's mad young.
yeah, I know.
Christians do that though, don't they?
Well, that's the weird thing though. I wasn't ever the girl that wanted to get married young. So like,
But Jordan did.
it
What a
just
guy.
happened. No, like he's what a
What a
guy.
guy.
Benito, yes, he
What a guy.
knows.
He knows.
We've got a connection here. Yeah,
Okay, so if people don't know you,
yeah.
tell us what you do.
I am a singer and an actress.
In that order.
Ooh. Depends what I'm making the money.
It's all about that money.
Does the money come
I'm an
first?
actor,
No,
so
it's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
no,
yeah.
good.
No, I mean both. You know, in
Yeah.
equal measure.
What do you prefer to do?
I mean, my natural instincts are music. Is
Okay,
music.
okay.
That grammar wasn't good.
Yeah.
My natural instinct. Yeah. So that's like I grew up with music, and then that's what I wanted to do, and like, I grew up singing in church, of
Yeah.
course, as everyone did. But acting kind of just happened. Like I fell into acting.
Yeah.
And like it was a happy accident, so I was like, I'm gonna carry on with this. So yeah, it's one of those things where I just kind of every step just kept going, and it wasn't something that I like forced.
Bless you out
Bless
there in the crew.
someone in the studio.
Fires.
Look, I
She's ready for
understand.
you.
I understand.
Right there,
We got
I've got
tissues.
a cold. Like I've got my
Okay,
tissues
so
here.
You're
Yeah.
you're
So that's
you grew
kinda
up
where I'm at.
singing in church.
Yes.
I remember those days because our churches were
Yes.
What days?
Dagenham,
What did you
big
guys
up.
go to the same church?
No, but
they were like
But-
They were-
real friends. Like
so you're
Okay.
the pastor of Dan's old church, and
Right.
my dad. I'm a pastor's kid. I'm a PK. By the way.
PK.
Big up the
yeah,
PKs.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like
explains a lot.
was best friends with the pastor at Dan's church,
Oh,
and his
right.
mum still goes to my church. So
Oh,
I
wow.
love Auntie Karen.
Auntie Karen.
Auntie
So you
Karen.
guys
So-
go
so
way
her-
Shout out
back.
Auntie
You guys go
no,
way
we
back.
go way back.
way back.
Way back.
Yeah, way
yeah,
back.
yeah. But I'm like similar age to Josh, his brother.
Yeah.
So we
Okay.
kind of
Oh,
like
name
And that
drop?
could
Okay.
have happened.
what?
No, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, no.
Where you at, Josh?
No, yeah.
Come on, Josh.
Yeah, no.
Hey.
Anyway,
I mean,
no, but he's doing well
yeah, very
now.
good looking lad. Very good looking lad.
He's not sore or bitter. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so you grew up in church, you're singing, and then because I love this story. How
Yeah.
did you get spotted?
Oh gosh, so random. I feel bad because it's like it's the most random thing. So I was singing at this like like those Christian Sunday night events where it's like Sunday night and then they put like peanuts on the table, and it was at this Baptist church, and my dad
Yeah.
was like, "Nay, can you sing something just because?" And I was like, "Oh, what? Like I haven't practiced." But I was like, "Here's my Alicia Keys backing track." Suddenly, I pull it out of my pocket. I'm like, "Here
So
it is."
unprepared.
You know, like where it's the really bad MIDI keyboard, like no, 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 no. Like so, it was this thing. So I was like, "Okay, cool." So they were it was that thing of like Christians in the industry. So they were interviewing a lady called Kelly Bryan. Big up Kelly Bryan. So she used to be in Eternal. We know Eternal. Yeah. I
What is
wanna
it?
be the only one
I
to
don't know Eternal.
hold you.
Am I the only one?
Anyway,
Wait, how did you know to harmonise?
we're just in sync.
Yeah,
Anyway,
flow
carry
in.
on, carry on.
That was great.
We've
So
got
yeah,
back in track too.
yeah.
I'm
I'm well impressed. So yeah, she was there. She heard me singing. I think I was 15 at the time. And then she was just like, she met us after and she was like, oh, you've got a really good voice and I'm sure you can act. Literally, she was like, yeah, I'm sure you can act. And then I joined, she had a little theatre agency. And I joined that theatre agency maybe like a year later, because obviously, you know, like the Christian parents, they're like, okay, we need to make sure, they were like, what is this, you know?
Sure
Exactly. No, but Kelly's great. So I joined her agency, and my first job was we advert, actually. That was my first job.
What advert?
Was it Wii?
Oh,
Yeah,
Nintendo.
Yeah,
Wii.
Nintendo Wii.
Oh
A Wii advert, like potty training, so I mean, commercials pay quite well, you know.
Yeah.
So that was like good, but
We don't know. by the
yeah,
way.
no, right?
You know,
I mean, you understand,
No,
like with the harmonies and
yeah.
So then my next job was a Disney Channel sketch show, like 5-minute sketch show thing.
Yeah.
So that I got that job, and then like it just kind of
So
went from there.
you literally gone from singing at a Baptist church
Yeah.
with
Nearly
peanuts on the
dating.
table
Nearly dating Dan's brother.
Yeah, exactly. We were caught in.
to
We weren't. By the way, just in case. Anyway.
to being on the Disney Channel.
Yeah, like
That's mad.
yeah, it's mad, but like I was just kind of taking it a step at a time. I was just like, yeah, like I know I can do. It was one of those things I remember watching TV and thinking, like, I could do that. Like I remember watching the specific show, watching the girl who's actually one of my really good friends now, because obviously it was the first job we did when we were younger. Yeah. And I remember being like, oh, like it's turning to Josh being like, my brother, not his brother.
Could have been.
Oh dear. And being like, I could do that. And then my US manager, who's still my US manager now, he was researching different actresses, came across my name, typed me into YouTube, and there was a YouTube video of me at my school musical singing "Joyful, Joyful Lord" like Lauryn Hill style, like Sister Act 2, yeah,
back in the day.
because
Do
that
you know
was
that
our
one?
school
That
musical.
was awesome. I know that one.
Come on, you've seen Sister Act 2.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Okay,
I just didn't know the last one. So.
Yeah. So doing the Joyful, and for some reason we threw in No More Drama, Mary J. Blige.
Yeah.
Why not? So yeah, and then that procured the opportunity for the Disney movie that I was in, Disney Channel movie, and then that's where the journey starts in terms of the American industry, Hollywood. Ting.
Wow. So now you're in Hollywood, basically.
No, mate, I'm in Colchester. I'm in the countryside.
No, but you've done a few.
No, I'm joking.
films.
I'm joking. Yeah.
So you did the Power Rangers
Come on,
movie.
Power Rangers.
Pink Ranger. I watched that on the plane.
Yes.
Sick.
Honestly, a lot of people have seen that on the plane. It's like
Yeah.
a good plane movie, because
Yeah,
you
it
know
is.
it's not going to have a sad ending. Like it's going to be, you know. So
Yeah.
if you
How
know,
long
watch
did
it on the plane.
did you have to train to do those moves?
3 months.
Wow.
But I think that was just because they looked at me. They were like, "Yeah, we need to get her into the gym." And they were just like, "Yeah," because you know you have to be a superhero.
Yeah.
So, but that was pretty grueling. Yeah, 3 months, and like, oh, it was horrible. I was training like 3 times a day. Like that was my full-time job. Was just like training.
Wow. We living
Then
out
I
there.
put on loads of weight during filming anyway, because like night shoots, and so you're just like eating a craft. So
Were you living out there for that movie? For those 3 weeks.
where was I? The movie was shot in Vancouver.
Oh, okay.
So like, yeah, I lived
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I was there for 4 months.
Wow.
And so yeah,
So let me ask you:
yeah.
do you think
What?
Hollywood
Here we go. Here we
or
go.
the or being famous? Do you think it's changed you?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm famous, but like,
Well, you know,
no,
you've got
I
a
mean, 'cause
Wikipedia page.
Yeah,
It's
that's not. It
really-
depends what you think. Like, there's like known in the industry, and then there's like famous.
Okay,
Like Will
well,
Smith is famous.
you're talking about Will Smith. We're talking about Will Smith. Anyway,
yeah.
you are
So
known. You are known.
Okay. Well, do I think it's changed me?
Yeah.
No.
In a good way, bad way.
No, I don't think it's changed me. Do I think I've learned about, I have to view things a bit differently in terms of what I say or being wise about stuff. Luckily, I've got a husband who's like on it with that stuff. So
Yeah.
where I might be a bit more, don't think before I speak, and that type of person, Jordan, he's like, you know.
Are you
how
still
is
around,
that?
are you still around the same people as well? Like your friends that you
my
grew
gosh,
up
of
with,
course.
you went to church with in Woodford?
Because you
Yeah.
met Jordan in church.
What am I going to do? Like, I
Yeah.
didn't move to LA.
Yeah, but who knows? We don't know. We're just looking
No,
from
like,
the outside.
honestly, guys, like.
Yeah, if I was in
just-
Power Rangers, I wouldn't be talking to any of them.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I'd be out
bro.
What's your
I'm Mr.
favourite-
London. I knew it, bro.
I don't know
guy.
nobody I used to know.
What colour would you be?
Black.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. No, I mean,
No, okay, good. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those weird things. Like, I get asked that question, and I find it stranger. I think a lot of my friends would probably be like,
Because it does change people.
it does, but usually, if I'm honest, the people that I've worked with that are like pretty iconic people, like they're the most humble. If they can be humble, then usually it's the people that,
Still trying.
that
try and
maybe
get
aren't there, that feel the need because of some sort of insecurity that they have to be a certain way.
Yeah.
When really, like, people are chill. Like, I've worked with some great people, and you know, they would be considered famous, and they are humble and amazing, and it just makes you go, like, if they can be, then usually it's the ones that are just struggling, that are like feel a need to be a certain way. But
And what about so you say your husband? I'm not sure what your husband does, but how does he cope with? I don't know if he's in the same industry or anything. like that.
No, he's not at all. My husband, he plays for Ipswich Town, so he's
Okay.
shout out to
You used to
Ipswich
play
Town.
for West Ham.
West Ham. Oh yeah, we're near Millwall Stadium, aren't we?
We
Let's
couldn't be
just
closer.
bolt the doors. Let's like, you've got to protect me here.
But how does he cope with you in the spotlight?
Jordan
How does he
actually,
cope with you?
Jordan
How does he
actually.
cope with you?
Well, how does he just cope with me? Full stop, mate. That's a whole nother thing to get into. No, he is amazing. He actually manages my music, and Nick, who is over there, who you'll be talking to soon, and along
On a
with
different
Freddie.
day, because we record
On a
these
different day, but he comes with me.
and stuff.
But he comes with me everywhere because
Oh,
he's my mate. Like,
No, I like
he's
that.
my brother. Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean? So yeah, no, Jordan. Yes, it's like Bake Off. You know when they wear the same. Anyway, yeah. So what was I saying? Yeah, Jordan. So he manages.
cope with you?
He manages. Yeah, how does he cope with me? He actually manages my music and oversees it along with Freddie. Who is over there because he's my manager. That's why he's here. So he's someone that he's very, very smart. You know, like someone that you don't know why he knows certain things, but he's able to observe and kind of understand. He's got a very he's business minded, and he's a facilitator, and he's very creative in those ideas, and he understands the music industry really well. I don't know how, but he does, and he just watches and see how things are moving and how things are progressing, because I think it's a really interesting time for the music industry now.
Yeah.
You know, what with streaming and just kind of like record labels and how they're kind of
Amazing. So he's
Yeah.
super supportive. Really,
he's
like,
amazing,
behind
he's
you.
supportive, he's a lot of the brains behind a lot of it.
He's a very, very good man.
He's a very good man.
And your
yeah.
parents are very cool as well.
They
I
are.
like your parents.
My
And,
parents are the best.
You're a pastor's kid.
I am.
You're a pastor's kid.
Um,
What was it like growing up as a pastor's kid, man? Do you
People
feel the pressure
people
that you gotta
ask me
be?
this, but I think it's an American thing where there's like that weird pressure. Like I didn't really.
You didn't feel that.
You
You
know
didn't
what
have
my
that.
dad's like.
Yeah.
Come on, like
Chilled.
it's so chilled. Like I didn't really have that. I actually have the
Okay.
best parents, and like my dad's the type of guy I could talk to him about anything. Do you know
They
what I
are
mean?
very cool parents.
I think that's really important, and it's that thing of like they always instilled in me like a sense of, you know, an opportunity might be huge, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's right.
Yeah.
And I think that's you have to come
That's
to
cool.
that like that you have to be able to come to that place where you're like, okay, just because something's huge, it doesn't necessarily mean it's right for me. But as well as being super encouraging and trusting of me, and everything we kind of walk through prayerfully and
so what's the end goal for you? Like, where
Do you
do you
know
see
what?
it going? Do you see it going down the music thing, or if the movie thing opened up even more? It sounds like it's, you know, opened up.
For me, I definitely want to. I'm spending a lot of time on music at the moment because, you know, that's where I want to spend my time and energy at the moment, and just kind of establish myself in that arena.
Okay.
Even though I've been making music for, you know, a good few years, everything's independent, and I've been blessed enough that I can fund my own music. I didn't need to take some kind of crazy deal, you know, because there are a lot of kind of dodgy deals out there in terms of, you know, especially being a young girl who you kind of are like, she can sing, she looks all right, like, let's, you know, XYZ, and then they kind of set a plan for you. I've been lucky in that sense, but because obviously of the acting, it's one of those things you really have to invest your time, and so I'm.
Because you're working on a movie now, right?
I have just finished working on a movie.
What movie?
Exclusive, just for
Um,
us.
Was
The
it?
movie.
Is it Aladdin?
It is, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah. Disney's doing all right. Doing all
With
right.
Disney.
Who's in it?
Who's in it?
Can you say who's in
Me.
the film? Yeah.
We've got you. Okay, cool.
Most importantly.
Anyone else?
Who do you
Anyone
play?
else?
I play Abu. No, I'm joking. I play. Actually, when I was little, I actually did play Abu. Like, you know, like when you played Aladdin when you were a kid, I was actually always Abu because I was like small and like hairy. Yeah. So yeah, like it was just like I was like small, brown, and hairy. So like I was Abu.
So you're in it. Who else?
Sorry, I'm not. I'm Princess Jasmine. Sorry, like.
Will Smith's in it, and some other people.
Yep, that guy's in it. I'm joking.
That guy.
Love him. And yeah,
awesome.
Great director.
Okay.
Love them all. The cast is amazing. Mina Masood plays Aladdin. He's a Canadian actor. He's amazing.
He's cool.
Very excited about that. NDA, like, can't say anything else really, guys. I mean, trust me, like, they'll take my firstborn. You don't know about these NDAs, like, they're really. I'm joking.
Well, okay. All right. So, quick question: How does your faith play a part in what you do?
I wouldn't say it plays a part. I'd say it's the source of kind of what I do.
Yeah.
Like, as in, it's not like, oh, it plays a part in terms of I shoehorn it in somehow. Yeah. It's just who I am. Right. Yeah, right. So definitely, I think God obviously is just the creator. So therefore, everything creative comes from him. You know, everything. So that's kind of how I view it. I don't view them as separate things. Like, it's who I am. So in any environment I'm in, I'm just myself. Yeah. Doesn't mean I'm going into places and being like, do you know, that's never gonna be.
You just live it out.
I think that's in my experience, and this is just my experience. That's always been the most powerful thing. Yeah. Like with people that I've worked with, or in it, just me being myself. And I was even in a situation where, you know, I was working with someone and they were kind of going at me in terms of like they're very smart and the kind of theological, you know, all of that stuff, and they knew more than I knew about like the Bible and all sorts, but they were really going hard, and that was the beginning of the shoot. And then I was kind of like, okay, I'm not gonna say anything, I'm just gonna be myself. And by the end they kind of made a comment of like, like I'm not really into the like religion thing yet, but I have to admit, like, basically said, you and Jordan, if that is what this was this person's view of it, you know, saying religion, and obviously that's not how I would view it, but from his perspective, he was like, then you two are an example of it working. That's great. And to me, I was like, there we go. Like, it's a seed, it's something, that's cool, and that's really enough. Do you know what I mean? Just like, that's enough for me. Love it. So that's how easy.
Yeah. So if people wanted keep up to date with what's happening in your world, how do they follow you? How do they get to know about you?
So I'm super excited because I'm going to my first UK tour.
Yes.
You are. So we're doing.
And that's all around the UK, isn't it? Yeah, Oxford.
All around the UK. So we're not going too north. I sound so northeast. I'm like, we're like, no, but at some point,
it's from the north. Yeah, that's fine.
At some point we might do. We'll see. You know, see how it goes, but. Showing Oxford, London, of course. It's going to be really fun. I'm going to put on a really great show.
Beautiful. And
it's just, all the music, some new music up till now, really. So it's kind of like R&B, like alternative R&B kind of vibes. It's a bit, some of the new stuff is a bit neo-soul, kind of, it's...
And people can look you up on YouTube and Instagram.
Instagram is Naomi G. Scott. And then obviously, like, I'm on Spotify, I'm on all those good things, and Twitter.
Beautiful. Ben, hey, listen, have you Naomi doesn't know, but you're like a jokesman. So can you hit with a joke before we finish?
You know what? If Moses ordered a coffee, what would it be? Let me know. What coffee would Moses order? How would he get his coffee made? How would he get his coffee made?
This is such
oh my gosh!
Yeah.
No, I know it's gonna be something about part in the milk or something. In it.
How would he make his coffee?
I know this is not how a joke's supposed to be told, but I feel like this is a riddle, not a joke. I need to like.
No, it's a joke.
No, it's a joke.
Is it something about parting the Red Sea? Is it something? Okay.
No, it's not.
Is it like is he got something to do with the Red Sea, Moses?
Just answer.
I don't know. Tell me.
Hebrew.
Yeah, all right. That wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. I was thinking like the milk separating like.
No.
Please let this section end.
Anyway, give us a good Naomi.